Hi. So for those of you who don't know me, I just wanted to pop on and introduce myself and talk about this new online course that people are talking about, give you an idea who I am, what it's going to look like, what you can expect to see in the course, and horses that you'll see in the course. Because you're not going to learn a lot if I just take the brokest horse I've got and try to show you how everything should look exactly perfectly when you get to the end of it. So instead, I've got some project horses that I thought I would work through this course with you with, and that would show you some real life examples of things, and we'll go from there. It's the first time that I'm doing this online 8-week course experience, but I'd like to see how it goes and maybe let it be like a continuous thing or like a progressive thing where you do course 1 and then you step up to course 2, that kind of thing. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It's kind of, I've got a lot of ideas, but we'll just see how the first one goes. So first of all, if you don't know me, I'm Nikki Hoyer of Nikki Hoyer Horsemanship, formerly Nikki Teasing Horsemanship out of Forever Tea Ranch. We do have a wonderful, beautiful 100 by 80 indoor riding arena, and maybe occasionally I'll do some lessons out of there for this online course, but primarily I wanted to be here at my house in the outside. Got a lot of ground to ride on, but I thought I'd just ride out here in the pasture with my horses because that might be the situation that some of you are in at home, and I want you to know that's okay. That's kind of like one of my favorite places to do work with my horses, honestly. When we're working on like fitness, that's kind of the best place for me to do it. And we could get into, I mean, part of it is to work on that buddy sour thing that you get with horses. Work them where they want to be and then take them out on a nice, easy trail ride. And pretty soon they realize, oh, I'd rather go on the trail ride than hang out with my friends, because when we're hanging out with my friends, she works my butt off. So we can get into more principles like that during the course. But anyway, so I'm Nikki Hoyer, Nikki Hoyer Horsemanship. I'm also kind of a little known fact, I'm a board certified behavior analyst. So what does that mean? I really kind of nerd out on the science of learning and behavior, and I think that's given me a really good perspective on observing herds and horses and how they interact, and it's given me some really insightful information to the science of learning, which can be applied to all living animals. So while I primarily, that certification is for working with people, I use a lot of those ideas and principles when working with my horses. But it's not all sciencey crazy like that. Like, I'm not big on natural horsemanship because I really don't think much that we do with horses is natural anymore. But I try to make it as close to natural as I can based on things that I see, things that I've learned from other clinicians and lessons I've done over the years, and the experience that I've got. Primarily my experience is exactly what I'm teaching you guys. Helping owners to establish a connection, restart a problem horse, start a horse with a good solid foundation. Working horses is, we run a big cattle ranch, and primarily I don't do shows anymore, but I want my horses and my kids' horses to be good work horses that can go out and bring cattle in and ride off by themselves and take care of my kids, and that's my primary focus. And if they're doing those things for me, that's better than any ribbon they're gonna win from a judge who doesn't know us. So that's primarily what we do these days. So in this course, it's the first course that I'm doing, and it's gonna start at the start like I do with any horse that I'm starting or restarting. I don't assume they know it all. I want to start at the beginning, find the holes. Maybe there won't be any holes and things will just fly through things, but I, from experience, can tell you whether there's a hole or not, you can always make things better. there's a saying about the experts in any discipline or any field of work perfect the basics. And I don't know about you, but I'm always so excited to move on to the next thing with my horses and get out there and do the next thing that sometimes I forget about my basics. And usually when you go back and you work on your basics, then when you get to your next thing, whatever that is, it's even better because you got your basics fixed up. So we're gonna start at the start. And if you've got a young horse or a new to you horse or a green horse that you think might benefit from restarting or whatever, starting at the start is going to be the perfect idea for you. It will be something like day one will be something as simple as how you lead your horse. I don't know if you realize it, but every time you interact with your horse, you're teaching them something, good, bad, or otherwise. Some type of communication is happening and they're learning something. They're so much more perceptive than we are, where they're noticing your body language. They're noticing the stiffness in your hand when you're holding the lead rope. They're noticing any change in your gait from when you walked up to them than when you had them caught. They're noticing all those things. Oh, and speaking of having them caught, is your horse hard to catch? We can work on that too. I like to think we've got really good horses, but I had to take some horses out to see the dentist this morning and had spent probably 10 minutes trying to catch my husband's horse. So you know what that tells me? It's just something to work on. And lo and behold, I've got this online course coming up. If anybody's got problems with that, I could certainly brush it up with him and show you guys my method for creating a willing partnership with your horse so that they are easier to catch. So willing, meaning you're not coercing them with feed, meaning they're not scared of you, so they're complying, meaning that they see you and they know like, oh, this is going to be just another little hangout session. We're going to do some work and then I get to come back out with my friends and all will be good. And they're willingly coming with you, ready to work with you. That's a big thing in my training is I want to teach it to the horse in a way that makes sense to the horse. You might see a herd of horses and see your herd boss kind of kicking around or biting or pushing around some of the other ones, but it's not to establish fear-based compliance. It's part of how they work to decide who is the most confident and adequate leader for that herd. And I'll tell you more about that and other herd dynamics that I like to try to mimic during our course. So let's see, groundwork, we'll do leading, we'll do groundwork. The groundwork is not going to be learn how to lunge your horse. To the naked eye, some of the groundwork that I do might look like lunging for a second, but I've never been a proponent of your horse running mindless circles around you. Unless you can't be riding and you're doing that for some type of fitness, which even then, I'm not sure that just running in circles is necessarily the best fitness either. But that's on another topic, I guess. So what I do in my groundwork is I get control of the front end, I get control of the hind end, and I control the gait that the horse is moving at. And I control all those things by presenting them in a way and following through in a way that makes sense to the horse. And when you have each piece like that established well in your groundwork, when you go to do your first rides, what are we going to be moving? We're going to be moving the hind end, we might yield the front end, and we're going to be controlling the gait that they move at. So you're already halfway through your first ride on your horse when you've got all of those pieces established through your groundwork. I think when I'm starting a horse or restarting a horse or whatever with any horse, I want a good balance of trust and respect. Their trust for me will indicate how quiet they are for me. Their respect for me and what I ask will show you how responsive they are. If they are too trusting and they don't have any respect, they're gonna walk all over you. They're gonna push you around. They're gonna test your buttons. If they're too responsive, there isn't enough trust, they're gonna be flighty, they're gonna be spooky, they're gonna pick their head up, they're gonna be quick. So I want to get that stuff established in the groundwork first so that it transfers into the saddle when we get to riding also. So I'm gonna go through all my methods for that. I kind of want to keep this video short, and I'll probably post another couple videos or posts or pictures or answer questions before the closing date for this course. But I wanted to get through another couple things. So I said I'm not gonna just be riding the brokest horse that we have, or working with the brokest horse we have. I've got, I've got a Mustang, a gentle Mustang, but he needs to be halter broke. I thought he would be a good candidate to show you some lessons in this course. I've got a very green riding horse that we started for about 90 days, let her sit for a couple years, had her started again for 90 days, let her sit for a little bit, and I think she's just kind of one that's going to take some time. So I'd like to start again, go back to the start with this sensitive creature, and work forward through this process with her. She'll be a good one for you to learn from. I've got my 11-year-old daughter's mare, who she's 7 years old. I wouldn't necessarily call her green by my definition of green, but I wouldn't call her finished either. I'm not sure I'd call any of our horses finished. I don't really think they get finished. I think you can always make things better. So anyway, her horse, great horse. We started her, I rode her for a while, my husband rode her for a while, and now our daughter's been riding her for 2 years. She's a 7-year-old. So she goes out, she takes care of my daughter when we're bringing cattle in. My daughter rides around with me to fitness her. She rides around for fun at our indoor. She's taken her to some horse shows. She's done all the stuff, but I would like to see that horse not be so lazy. I could work on that in this course, so get her a little bit more responsive. I'd like to see her get softer. Young kids, when they're riding, have a tendency to kind of hang on their mouth and create some pull and resistance in their horses, and I'd like to get that out of this horse. So that would be a good candidate. Let's see. We've got my husband's horse, like I said. He would be a good candidate. Really nice horse, really fun to ride, but there's some groundwork stuff that could get fixed up. I hope that that's still going. I just had a battery thing pop up, so I'll have to wrap it up. Okay, so in this course, it's an 8-week course. If you sign up ahead of time, I'm gonna give you a 9th week for free. So in that 9th week, right away, I'll give you a free 30-minute video talking about exactly step-by-step what I do to establish connection with horses. And then I think I also talked about giving a week free where I'm gonna do a course on like just my favorite tools for working with horses and why I like different tools for working with horses. You can use whatever you've got. It's not gonna make too big of a difference if you just learn to use them effectively, and we'll go over that. Then we've got 8 weeks of coursework. So in the coursework, I will be posting a lesson topic each week in our private Horsemanship Facebook group, and that topic will be posted on Sunday. Your video lesson will be posted on Monday morning. You have all week to work on this at home, at your leisure, whenever is convenient for you, or wherever your home barn is, whenever is convenient for you. And you watch my video, see how I'm doing it, and go try it. I'll give you step by step, and then you go try to implement that with your horse. Either it will go smooth and easy, and my instruction will be spot on. You'll have no questions. You'll be ready to move on to the next week. Or you might have some questions, and I invite you. I will be participating in the group daily. I will be answering questions and discussions and giving you as much feedback as I can in the time that we have together. So I advise you to, your videos posted on Monday, if you can, Monday, no later than Tuesday, get that video watched and go out and try it with your horse. Then you have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You've got all those days where you can ask me questions, and I'll get back to you. If you would like, you can even have somebody take a video clip of what you're doing with your horse and send that in to me, and I can give you feedback over your video clip of how I would approach things differently or do things differently. That's an option. Don't make it crazy complicated. Just set your cell phone up, have somebody video it, and just send it over Facebook Messenger or send me a YouTube link, whatever works for you. We don't have to be real high tech here. Within that week too, so I will also be making like discussion posts. So I'll give you guys topics that we can all discuss. So you can be as active or inactive as you want in those. None of that's required. I just, if I were in your shoes, I'd want that added interaction and that other ideas for how to look at different things. So that'll carry us all week long. And then Saturday, I mean, I'll still be monitoring the group, but Saturday is kind of the off day. Sunday night will roll around. I'll post topic for week number 2. And it will carry on, same format as week 1, so forth, till we get through all 8 weeks of the course. At the end of the 8 weeks, I expect to see a difference in how you interact with your horse. I expect to see a difference in the level of trust and respect that you have with your horse and that your horse is showing you. And then I'd like to see if we could get ready for another course come this spring. So like I said, this is all just new. I guess, payment, that's a good. So the fee for this course is $400. Literally, I think adding up the amount of lessons that you're getting with me and then adding on top of that they're virtual, I think that the course is worth over $550 based on my current pricing for things. So I wanted to make it affordable, especially since it's the first one. You can pay all of it up front and just get it out of the way, like maybe a nice Christmas present to yourself, or buy it for a friend or daughter or whatever. Or you can pay weekly. Payment would be due, I think I said Sunday of each week, and I will send invoices out through Venmo, PayPal, or Stripe. As I get into this tech stuff, maybe I can figure out how to get things to like automatically go, but I don't know how to do that yet. So let's see, I think that's it for things I wanted to cover in this little video. So I'm going to post this and share it. You guys post it and share it too. If you have somebody sign up who said that you referred them to the course, you can get 10% off of your course fee. So that would be even more savings. I'm not doing this to like make a killer living at it. I'm basically like, I've got people who still want to be doing lessons with me, and I cannot get my crazy schedule to coordinate with their crazy schedules. So I thought this would be a good way to try to take care of everybody if we try this route out. So anyway, just send me a message on Facebook, or you can call or text me. 314-691-5406 is my number. And I can answer questions or comment on this post, and I'll answer questions as best I can, but I hope I made it pretty clear through the video. So all right, thanks guys. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be different. It's going to be kind of out of the box thinking, but hopefully it works for everybody. So I'll see you guys soon.